Cybertron Prime, transform!
So we got Optimus Prime, we got Rodimus Prime, we have the Fallen, and we have Vector Prime. We need more Prime toys. And I'm not just saying like Transformers Prime toys. That's not what although I would take more of those. That'd be nice. But like toys of the Primes. I know there's a bunch of like artwork in the Covenant of the Primes or Covenant of Primus book. But I don't have the book because it's so damn expensive. But getting toys of those would be really sick. Anyway, this is Vector Prime. He's the guardian of space and time, and thus he's an old man, essentially. And that's the butt of a lot of the jokes towards him in Cybertron. This figure really does give off the vibe of old man pretty well, though. And in general, there's just a lot of interesting details on this guy that harken back to his age and his task. So before I get started, again, YouTubery things, I do still have the P.O. box open. I will unbox the couple of things that I have gotten from there soon. I'm just waiting for Blaster and Lift Ticket to arrive, and then I'll do like a big one video. But you can send stuff there if you want. The address is on screen. And again, I did restart the Patreon, so that'll be linked in the description below if you do want to support the channel. There's a lot of cool features in there if you want to take advantage of those. Now, I was very happy to finally get a Vector Prime. I've always wanted the Prime of Time, and now that I have one sitting in front of me, has it shaped up to what I was hoping? Well, yes. I love the use of the jet parts to make this guy's silhouette. The shoulder pads bring a certain gravitas and a certain presence. But the coolest alt mode kibble detail thing about this toy is the back. I love the way the toy uses the wings and nose cone to become this cape on this dude. It fits the character so well and makes the toy look even cooler. The whole idea of this guy having a cape made out of alt mode parts is really cool. Transformers has tried to do this more, like before and after. A good example I can think of is Crosshairs, having the trench coat made out of alt mode bits, but it doesn't look the greatest in comparison to this, to me anyways. I mean, the toy does a pretty good job, but the on-screen model just kind of looks a bit wonky every time he moves. I will say, while it does look cool, it does also weigh him down a bit in poses, so it can be a bit of an issue there. He likes to fall backwards. But as an old man, you aren't really going to be putting him into the most super dynamic stabby poses anyways. But the gold on brown on white kind of works very well here. Brown can be a bit of a boring color. Trust me, I know, I'm brown, but this toy kind of wears it well. I love the big opening in the chest here. It looks super cool. It reminds me of Gypsy Danger. I just wish it would have like lit up like with the cyber key. That would have been such a really cool feature because his entire torso is just a brick. It doesn't do anything. So they could have put lights and sounds in here, but they just put sounds in there. Another issue I have with this guy is the arm guards. They like to slide around a lot when handling it, and when folded down for alt mode, they click into place. Sort of. Only one of them does, and the other one just kind of hates me. So that's a bit annoying. I don't know if that's just a case of this was used, but it is an issue that has come up, and that is kind of annoying. He does come with a minicon. This is not the correct one, though. This is Vector Prime's minicon, but the universe version, the normal one, is white. But essentially, it's the same thing, so who really cares? The minicon's robot is surprisingly posable, but due to that backpack, it's kind of pointless. Just like Vector Prime. This guy is also supposed to come with a sword. I didn't get one on this copy because, like I said, it was used, but it stores in the cape on the back, which is actually really sick. I also love the little detail of the extra sword crossguard sticking out of the side, the other side, just to balance it out in the design. I like that little attention to detail. It's really nice. He also has, as I said, sounds when you take his cyber key, and that sounds like the sound chip is broken. It has fresh batteries in it too. I've also never heard this toy make noise ever in my life, so that's the first time hearing it, and it sounds like it's dead. It just sounds like, couldn't be bothered. I kind of wish it did more than just lights and sounds. Like if the wings flipped up or something when you plug the key in, or like guns flipped out, because that would have been cool. It's just, like I said, it's a solid block. They could have literally done anything with the torso, and they just kind of didn't. Now, posing the robot is fine. It's got nothing really special in it, but it sounds amazing. Transformation is very simple, but that little docking section for the Minicon on top is really cool. However, removing the Minicon when you're going into robot mode, be very careful and do it slowly because you might potentially snap the Minicon port off if you just rip at it, or you could break the Minicon, so you want to be careful there. This jet looks really neat. It's a very alien looking jet, which seems to be common amongst the other primes we've gotten from the toys that just aren't Optimus or Rodimus. But it's a real neat, really large jet form. I like it. The feet become guns at the bottom, and the arms do a very simple yet clever thing to hide away. It's great. I do love the way the wings are done and how there are several other hinges in there so you can position them pretty much however you'd want to, but sometimes it can knock the feet out of their tabs because the tabs kind of suck. The Minicon can also be removed, like I said, but that spot, however, it just, when you take the Minicon out, it looks really bad. These big gaping holes, kind of ugly. I wish there was like a little spring-loaded plate under there to fill the gap in when you remove the Minicon. That would have been nice. In the end, I'm super happy to have another Prime on my shelf, and this figure is super solid. If you can find one for a decent price, I'd highly suggest it. Like, I got this for 25 bucks, missing a sword, so you could probably get it for like 30 to 35 complete. So that's not bad. It's super fun and interesting, and in the lore, it's also really impressive because you have a Prime. You have like, he's one of the main 13 if you go by the 13 and not the 7 from the movies. It's just really cool to have another Prime on the shelf now, and I can't wait to either get more of them, because I do want to get that Make Toys Nova Prime, or for them to make more of them. You know, there's always possibilities now with the multiverse of Legacy, so we can only hope. But that's been my look at Transformers Cybertron Vector Prime. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.